Good evening again. Welcome back. Please feel free to continue your meals as we continue our program. After an 8-year hiatus from inducting a class into the Athletics Hall of Fame, I am humbled and honored to bring back this wonderful tradition to Wildcat Athletics. In addition, this year, we are excited to introduce and induct our first ever Team of Distinction. How about a round of applause? Thank you to all of our inductees and our guests for taking the time to spend your evening with us. We hope that tonight is as memorable for you as it will be for us. I'd also like to extend my gratitude to Paul Ellerick and Wildcat Hospitality, Steve Perda and Michelle Tucker in IT Services, to my Assistant Athletic Director, David Golombiowski, for helping to track down inductee information. It was not that easy to do. To Pat Baker, who could not be with us tonight, Assistant Athletic Director for Sports Communications and Marketing, for creating tonight's event program and for creating tonight's signage and assisting with this afternoon's event. To Ange Mercurio for assisting with logistics and our registration table, and to the SUNY Poly facilities and custodial staff members. Without these folks, this event surely would not be happening. How about another round of applause for all these people? Tonight's MC is currently the main news anchor at WKTV News Channel 2, is the station's former sports director, and has been with WKTV since July of 1996. He covered many years of Wildcats athletics, and more specifically, the men's basketball program. Please welcome Jason Paulus.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here with you all tonight. And I want to take a moment before we begin to say a special thank you to Mike Durr and, of course, to Megan Valentine for having me here tonight. It is truly an honor to be the Master of Ceremonies for you and this special night. We're going to start with Coach Grimm. Kevin Grimmer began his career at the State University of New York College of Technology back in 1984 and served as a part-time intramural assistant and an assistant men's basketball coach. Just a year later, he was named the assistant director of athletics under then director of athletics, Jim Klein. Grimmer was an assistant men's basketball coach for 5 seasons before he became the head coach of the women's basketball program, where the team became the first Wildcats team to qualify for the SUNY postseason championship. In 1994, he returned to the men's basketball program, serving as head coach. While competing in the SUNY, the team earned 6 conference championship berths and qualified for 3 ECAC championship tournaments. The Wildcats athletics program transitioned into the Northeastern Athletics Conference in 2008, and for 3 consecutive years, the athletics program won the NEAC President's Cup for Best Overall Sports Program. The 2008-2009 men's basketball team won the institution's first conference championship and was the first team to qualify for the NCAA championship tournament. Grimmer also started the women's volleyball program and coached the team for 6 years and served as the institution's sports information director for 14 years. He's done it all. In 2012, he received the SUNY Chancellor's Award for Professional Excellence. Among several projects that were part of SUNY Poly's growth, Kevin played a significant role in planning for the Wildcat Fieldhouse, turf field, and baseball field. As a basketball coach, he compiled 294 total wins. A 1981 graduate of Hamilton College, Grimmer excelled on the hardwood as well and was named an NCAA Division III All-American his senior year. Locally, he was inducted to the Greater Utica Sports Hall of Fame and the Notre Dame High School Juggler Hall of Fame. I want to bring up now Coach Kevin Edick. He's here and he's going to give us a few remarks. I'm sure there are going to be more than a few regarding the great Kevin Grimmer. Please welcome Coach Eding.
Want your notes? Oh, thank you, Jason. Wow, what a day today, huh? It was just beautiful out there. What a dedication over at the campus center. A well-deserved tribute to a remarkable coach, administrator, leader, family man, and great friend. Andy, Jason, Mike, Nick, Alex, Megan, what a beautiful job you guys did over there. Awesome. It was, I couldn't stop crying. And I'm sure I'm going to keep crying here today, so bear with me. I wish Kevin could have made it over here for the Hall of Fame award, because I know he would have been critiquing my talk about him and probably would have rewrote whatever I had to say today. But believe me, it was him that gave me the confidence and the courage to stand up here today with you. He was good at this. He was a great communicator. Unbelievable. Smooth talking, honest, just beautiful. Also today, I would like to congratulate the 2009-10 Wildcat basketball team. What a great group of players and coaches. And what they were able to accomplish that season, 26 wins, winning a championship, making it to the Sweet 16. The only New York team left, as we had said earlier today. But I also want to give a little appreciation to Coach Grimm for flying my 6'8" starting pitcher who threw 90 plus back down to Florida as soon as they were done with their great ride. So I appreciate that, Coach Grimm. It was, I am sure, easy to induct Kevin Grimmer into the reestablished Wildcat Hall of Fame after a storied 37 years. All he's done for SUNY Poly Athletics and the school as a whole is amazing. Tonight, you've heard everything he's done. Jason, it was beautiful what you said about him, and it's all true, believe it or not. But tonight, I would like to share some of the things I love about my good friend, the boss. First of all, he hated being called the boss. When I would call him that, he would say to me, I am not your boss. We are in this together. Our job is not about us. It is about the students we work for. And that was his motto his whole career here. I love sharing an office right next to Kevin for nearly 33 years. It was enjoyable, exciting, challenging, intriguing, and most of all, fun. Until the year he moved my office to the campus center pool. It put me in charge of the pool. The office had no windows, no air circulation. It was hot, and of course, it always smelled like chlorine. To top it off, I didn't know how to swim. Not his best move. But I did love that he helped plan and construct to perfection the Wildcat Fieldhouse. So we were once again, we could be reunited next to each other. I love the way we would greet each other coming to the office in the morning. A few of you guys probably saw it. It wasn't with a hello or what's up or even a good morning. Nope. It was a sort of hand gesture we would share to start the day. I bet you all could imagine what that was. I won't share it with you. I'm sure HR would really have a field day with us. But we had each other's back all the time. And you know what? Kevin had our athletes, staff back whenever we needed them. And many can contest to that. Many in here can contest to that. I love that he didn't like to hold meetings very much, except when we had them together on the golf course or at our favorite watering hole after work hours, Mary Beth, where we actually got more accomplished with our favorite bartender listening to our plans for SUNY Poly Athletics. Oh, and for his golf game. I loved playing golf with him. He was my league partner for years. But when we would play head-to-head against each other, you know, most golfers ask for strokes or give strokes. Not Kevin. He just wanted 3 or 4 more extra drives. Who does that? He also is the only golfer I've ever seen catch his own tee shot, not only once, but twice. That's hard to do. I mean, I literally, and he did it twice. I let him win those holes. He also was definitely the best ball hawker I've ever seen, always coming away with more balls than he lost. I loved that Coach Grimm had an unorthodox way of managing, but it was his style, and it worked. He was our leader and mentor to his players and staff. Always brutally honest, but thoughtful, while trying to make us all better athletes, coaches, and human beings. I loved watching Kevin coach basketball. He never sat down. It was like watching him play as an All-American at Hamilton, boxing out the bench, going up for rebounds. I mean, it was like he was playing. And of course, as Mike said earlier, always yelling at the refs. My main job at the game was to make sure during timeouts to turn up the music so loud so no one in the stands could hear him, especially his mother. I love that Grimm always pushed us, me, himself, and the staff to go to conventions and clinics to better ourselves as coaches and administrators. And I wasn't sure if I was going to tell this story, and I've had to keep many in the vault. He told me to make sure that you keep a lot of those stories in the vault, but this one is really unique. We used to go to the ECAC convention. We were in that conference a while back, and we'd always go. You know, it was nice, Hyannisport. So we would go, and we'd always get a hotel in the convention center. Nice hotel. I mean, we were there for 3-4 years. Well, this one year, he says, I didn't get the room at the place. I go, what? Because it was beautiful. He goes, no. But I got a place. We're okay. And I think he said it wasn't his fault. I think he said, it was your fault, Ange. But you know, I'm sure it was his. And I didn't think anything of it. So we take a drive out there to Hyannisport, and we got there in 3 hours, and it's a 4.5-hour trip. But his kids know he drives fast. No tickets this time, but we made it. And all right, so we check into the hotel, and I'm looking at it says International Inn, Cuddle and Bubble. I'm like, Grimm, this is it. He goes, yeah, this is it. I don't know if he just saw International Inn, but I saw Cuddle and Bubble. So we get there, and okay, we check in. It's a nice hotel, but we get up to the room and open up the door, and all I see and he sees is a big heart-shaped bed, one bed, and a jacuzzi for 2. I looked at him and I'm like, really? And I don't remember if I slept on the couch for the whole time or got another room. I am not sure. But this is a long story, I'm sorry. But so it goes on, and we decide, okay, the night we probably went out to a couple bars, came back, because we didn't have anything to do that day. Go to the breakfast in the morning, and we're sitting there, and I'm looking around, and everybody's they're couples. It's just couples. And they're 6'7" and me. And we're just looking at each other, we go, they're all looking at us. We don't care. So we go, we talk, and we go, split. Go, yeah, okay, we'll do split. And what that means is, whenever we buy a lottery ticket when we're together, or we're going to get a prize at a golf tournament, we split it. So, if it's $100, he gets 50, I get 50, great. So why we split was because the main prize at the convention was a Harley Davidson motorcycle. So we said, okay. So at the convention, we put our card in, our brand new SUNY Poly card with a Wildcat on it, put it in right away. And then, we had a couple more days of meetings. I mean, we did something, but we also took a drive out to Provincetown, walked around on the beach, picked up rocks together, and we just made it a theme the whole weekend. Why not? So we get back at the end of the convention. We're there, and I hear that you could put another card in the spinner. So I'm looking for Kevin. I put mine in. So I got 2 cards. He's got 1. And I can't find him. So I look all over. Eventually find him. I go, Grim, got another card? You got another card? You got to get it in. Put it in. Sure enough, they're spinning, right? And now he's next to me. Pull it out. Before they said his name, he goes, Edic, it's you or me. I go, what do you mean it's you or me? He goes, I saw our logo. He saw the big Wildcat on it. Sure enough, they yell out, Kevin Grimmer. So we're jumping up and down, because it's split. I don't care if they called his name or not. The only problem I had, the biggest problem I had, was he's getting pictures on the motorcycle. He didn't ask me to sit on the back. So I'm watching him. So again, it's split. Neither one of us know how to ride a motorcycle. We don't know how to get it back. So it cost us, it cost him, I think. He paid $1,000, got it back. We held on to it for 6 months. And one day in the office, he comes in, it's like $4,500 on my desk. He goes, here you go, partner. That was it. We had a motorcycle for 6 months together, but we sure loved the money. I also loved our recruiting trips together, especially after long days of recruiting. He would always find the coolest places to eat and drink in any city town we stayed at. No doubt. And they were crazy places. One was we had to get in the phone booth in New York City to get into the bar. So you'd have to get in the phone booth, call, wait, and then they call your name. Crazy. I loved how many sports he added and how he improved and added to our facilities during his time at SUNY. The field house, baseball and softball fields, soccer and lacrosse turf field, not to mention adding one of the best cross-country trails in the state. Right, Tuluk? Before retiring, Kevin was deep in the planning of the campus center renovation project that will now bear his name on the court. Isn't that wonderful? I loved how competitive he was and how much he wanted to win, leading our athletic programs to many championships, conference president cups, and titles. I love the way he could raise money for our college and sports program with a snap of his fingers. He knew everybody in this town, and they gave him money whenever he asked. I love how well respected he was with all his peers. I love that he would hire our athletes and alums to jobs here on campus. Many of you are here today. Yeah? Many are in our athletic department still. It's wonderful to see. I love how much he volunteered in our community, and you touched on that today as well. I love that he was 6'7", because he picked out my lifelong partner, Michelle, out of a busy crowd for me 15 years ago. I love that he has such a beautiful and wonderful family, and that his two sons played for him. And I was able to watch them all grow up and be very successful. You guys are beautiful. With Sheila, always by his side, always by his loving side. There is so much more I love about Kevin Grimmer, but I'm closing. Kevin, I love your courage and strength, my friend. Keep on fighting. And congrats on a wonderful and deserving day today. I love you, buddy.
Thank you, Kevin. To accept his induction plaque, please welcome his sons Nick and Alex Grimmer up here. And his daughter Megan, sorry. I had my readers on, I couldn't see. Okay, let's do this right. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Megan. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
No, I'm not going to say anything, but whenever my dad was interviewed, he was always a dad first, even though we lived here. I'm 37 today. I was born here. He spent all of his time here, but he was always a dad first. So whenever he was interviewed, he always would have a signal for us, knowing that we were watching at home. So he'd always go like this. So he's watching right now. So Dad, that's for you. Congratulations. And Kevin, thank you so much for your beautiful words. You are as part of our family as anyone out here today. So appreciate everyone that took the time out today and are all here to support him. So. Hi, Dad. Thank
you. And knowing my dad, he's done with being in the spotlight today, and I'm sure he's happy to talk about the team, and we'll get our honors too. Yeah.
Congratulations to Kevin and his family. Next, we're going to recognize this year's Team of Distinction. The 2009-2010 men's basketball program has been one of the university's most successful teams and still holds the mark for advancing further into the NCAA tournament than any other SUNY IT or Poly team for that matter. The team has won 26 games and lost just 5. During their NCAA Sweet 16 tournament run, the Wildcats defeated Plattsburgh State 71-65 in the first round, upended Madai by a score of 64-63 in the second round, and they were eventually eliminated from the tournament by the sharpshooting Williams College in the round of 16. Notable accomplishments from and accolades earned from that season included Dave Golombowski and D. Brown were named to the All Basketball Coaches Association of New York Division III Upstate team. Dave Golombowski and D'Lo Brown were also named to the NEAC All-Conference First Team. Dave was named to the D3 Hoops Preseason All-American, earned a spot on the D3 News All-American Fourth Team, and earned ECAC Player of the Year honors. Was also named to the National Association of Basketball Coaches All-East Region First Team and recognized as NEAC Player of the Year. Brown was named the D3 Hoops Team of the Week in February 2010, was recognized on the National Association of Basketball Coaches All-East Region Second Team, and was named the NEAC Tournament MVP. Travis Bivens was named a NEAC Scholar Athlete. And of course, head coach Kevin Grimmer was named the D3 Hoops East Region Coach of the Year, the National Association of Basketball Coaches East Region Coach of the Year, the NEAC Coach of the Year, and the New Balance Basketball Coaches Association of New York Upstate Coach of the Year. It's time now to recognize each member of the 2009-2010 Wildcats Athletic Hall of Fame Team of Distinction. And as we read your name, we ask that you please come forward to accept your plaque. Head coach Kevin Grimmer. Assistant coach Nick Grimmer. Ryan Alfred. Travis Bivens. You can clap. D'Lo Brown. Kevin Capiello. Ricky Charles. Floyd Fitzpatrick Thorne. David Golombowski. Alex Grimmer. Jeremy Joseph. Derek Rowe. Aaron Swancut. Gene Deluzme. And Kevin Vargas. Who did I forget? Oh, Julian Bostic, how did I forget you? My gosh! My apologies, Julian. Oh, that's nice. Oh, thanks. Congratulations, man. Proud of you guys. So much fun watching you guys play back then. It really was. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's all good, brother. It's all good. How about another congratulations to the members of this amazing team inducted to the Hall of Fame tonight.
I just want to give these guys their due. I don't think anybody realizes how hard it is to start on October 15th and then play in March. These guys actually had a really high bar that was set the season before, and that team will someday get their due. But these guys who are here, and Derek Rowe was at the ceremony earlier, and then the ones that couldn't make it today, they came every single day and worked hard. This picture made me laugh when I walked by it because they all made their serious face here, but this was the most fun-loving, goofy group. I think they were all friends first, even though there was some fist fights late in the season. I think, was that NCAA tournament week? There were some fists in practice. But that loosened it up. There was nothing personal, but they went out and they battled. This was when that school, if anybody recalls the history of this college, was still in a transition between a 2- and 4-year school. So a few of these guys were 4-year guys, but a lot of them, most of them, came from another school. So they had to get initiated and kind of comfortable with their environment, and they're only here for a brief period. But they're always Wildcats, and now they're always going to be Hall of Famers, and you can never take that away. So there's obviously very special feelings with our family with this team. This was the first team I remember. We had so many parents and grandparents and uncles and aunts travel. We got a wake-up call, I think, in Florida when we had a tough first semester. We picked up a couple losses in our non-league. We didn't play well down there, and then these guys came back to New York State and they took care of business. And that game up in Plattsburgh, and whoever was up there, nobody talked about it was SUNY IT, and the new administration doesn't like us using that phrase. But nobody in the world thought it was going to be Medaille versus SUNY Poly in the second round. Everybody was like, oh, this is going to be great. SUNY Plattsburgh is going to play Nazareth College, and there's going to be 1,000 people in the building. These guys came, and that gym was silent other than Mr. Brown. There was one voice in that gym, and he made a lot of friends up in Plattsburgh that night. And we had fun celebrating that, but they came and they took care of business against Medaille, and that team was tough. That team had some players, and that went down to the wire. That was a game, and there was only 8 people in the building to watch that game, and there was a few hundred the night before. But again, every guy contributed to that team, and truly, some of those practices were more competitive than the games. And I hope some of you are fathers now. Some of you will be fathers. It was special for me I first played with my father, so I know the bar that was set and the expectations you all had on each other, or he had on you, because when you're a great player, you expect all the guys to be able to do the same thing. And sometimes that was a little bit harder said than done. But again, this is something you can tell your families about, and be proud of this, because there's not many guys that get to be in a Hall of Fame and have that type of experience playing basketball. So again, these guys deserve a ton of credit. Coaching was easy. I wish I could go out and play, even though they would have whooped me. I was not in very good shape back then. But congratulations to each and one of you and your families. And again, I hope this is a proud moment of your life, and it should be. So enjoy it. Congrats, guys. Thank you all. Thanks, guys. That's awesome. Congrats.
And before we head out tonight, I'd also like to share a special thank you to Jason Paulus for serving as our MC for the evening. Thank you again, and drive home safely.